Hey guys, I'm Ash.
And I'm Pete.
We're two friends with a combo of 7 kids ranging from toddlers to 20s and 2 crazy husbands.
Our paths were not easy. With childhood battle wounds, divorce, second marriages and all, we somehow found each other. And together we talk real life, laugh, cry, and figure out how to survive the day.
Music is by Dustbowl Champion. To hear Dustbowl Champion's newest hits, search Dustbowl Champion on Spotify. Hey guys, it's Ash and Pete.
Hey.
We are back in person.
Yay!
So excited about it.
Oh my goodness. COVID, get the fuck out.
I know. It felt like forever.
It did.
Although
we made it work.
I know.
We figured it out.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, it just wasn't the same.
No.
You know, plus, like, even the last one, I was feeling a lot better than I, like, had been.
Yeah.
But I even felt, like, exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know. It just, like, afterward, I'm like, I'm like ready for bed now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just, yeah. It was not fun. So I'm so happy to be back.
Yes.
So happy to be near your kids.
I
know you just had vacation with them and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But I haven't been with them in so long. So they're so cute and
they're cute. They're cute. They're super cute and like Danny is talking so much.
I know. I just feel like, gosh,
she's talking
probably
so
only
much.
been like 2.5 weeks.
I know.
But I feel like, oh my gosh.
I know. But she is, they are so much. Honestly, though, we're coming to our 2 months of no daycare, home with the kids while we're working. Then we go on vacation. It's like kids with us 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're kind of like at our like wit's end a little bit.
Right.
But I'm like such an ass because even this morning Tony's like, oh my God, I'm trying to make a call and the kids. And I go, just enjoy it. Remember, we only have this week. They go back to daycare and Danny's only 2 months. Like I'm trying to like throw out all these fluffy, beautiful little like moments that he could have with his daughter. And then I get home, like I left work about 2:30 or 2 o'clock to work for the rest of the afternoon from home.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like whining and on me and being super annoying. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so annoying.
Did he tell you? Just enjoy it. She's
you know,
only 2 months.
He's so much better than I am because I totally would have been the ass that said something like that.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't.
Oh, that's
but
so
she's
funny.
just like, she's just a handful. I don't even know. And everything is like, Mom, I want to go with you. I want to go with you. I mean, the kid is like on my tit like nonstop.
Yeah.
I mean, she goes to bed in her bed. She is in our bed by before midnight probably. She's in our bed right on me. She throws fits in her sleep. So she starts screaming or crying or she's complaining about Gigi or she's saying like she's...
Is Gigi in the room when she's complaining?
No, sometimes she's not. Sometimes she is. They both end up in our bed.
Yeah.
At the end of the night. But it's like she doesn't just sleep like soundly.
It's not like just having another body in the bed.
No. Like Gigi's like so like she just is asleep in our bed.
Right.
Danny, no. And then it's like I got up this morning to go work out and sure enough, she just pops her little head up and she's like, I want milk. I want milk.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, kid, it's fucking 5 a.m. Lay down. And I can't, like, if I'm up, she sees me, she's up, she's done. She will not go back down. At all.
I could not. If I had it, I am like dead serious when I say I think kids are like built for their parents, because I could not have a kid like that.
I don't know why.
Like I could not, but I mean, like I could, and I mean, maybe it's different because I am not a morning person.
Yeah.
So I could not have a kid that wants to be awake at that time.
Yeah.
I would want to shoot myself in the face.
Yeah. Well, and then it's like she's so routine. She wants to get up. She wants her milk, and she wants her Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on, and I have to be sitting next to her. It's like this whole thing. And if I don't have, like, we just came back from vacation. We had no milk in the house. Like, that was a huge deal this morning because I, like, made sure I went through everything before we left for,
right.
6 days, whatever. I wanted to make sure we didn't have any groceries going bad. So everything was
what did you do this morning?
Tony had to deal with it because I went out to the garage to go work out, and he had to deal with it. I came in, I think they were drinking water out of their cup. And I mean, like, I just had to get them, like, I had to get them smoothies done early. I had to get them breakfast before I left for work, trying to get them, like, settled.
You're such a better mom than I am.
No, I'm really not.
Yeah.
No, my kids are just demanding. Really demanding.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But see, you can handle a kid that's demanding. I would not be able to handle a kid that's demanding.
Yeah, but under my breath, I'm like, what in the... what is wrong with them?
They're like you.
Yeah.
They are very scheduled, routine, like kind of kids. That's how you are. I
would like them to go be, sleeping like my 16-year-old.
I mean, they'll get there one day. You're going to have to wait quite a few years, but it'll happen.
I know.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. They're so cute, though.
They are cute. They missed you.
I missed them. Oh, my goodness. I just loved all their hugs, and they're so cute.
They are cute. They had a great time on vacation.
I know they were, and that was so cute, too. Like, Danny, I'm like, did you go to the ocean? The beach. And it's like, okay, I swear a week ago she wouldn't have told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh my gosh, you're telling me what you liked. She's like, she says, what now when she doesn't hear you or she doesn't understand what you're saying?
Yeah. And she's always like, this is the part that cracks us up, though, because she does something and you're like, oh my God, kid, like, stop right now. And you just want to, like, flicker in the forehead. Mm-hmm. And then she like, if you just ignore her for just a second about it and kind of like let it go, she's like, sorry, mom. Sorry, mom. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. And she apologizes right away, like all the time. She's always apologizing. Always.
Well, because she's your difficult one. So at least she knows that she needs to apologize.
It's true.
She could just be a jerk and like,
Yeah.
So there's that.
But she'll like throw a little fit, and then all of a sudden, like, she's like, sorry, mom. And I'm like, and you're so cute when you apologize. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love them. They're so cute. And then even Gigi, I'm like, the things you say.
I know.
Just, oh my goodness.
She was awesome on vacation. So we rented a beach house in San Diego, and we had it was like three houses kind of in one little area. Uh-huh. And so there's a bottom floor, which had like a dog and like an older couple that was staying there. Uh-huh. And then on the top floor, there were two apartments, and one had a family with 3 kids, a mom and a dad, and then us, right? Well, the 3 kids, the youngest was like 8.
Oh,
and then they were from like, I would say 8 to 12. Somewhere
okay.
In that
I thought
area.
They were much younger.
No, they were older. And Georgia just goes over and she's like, hi and like talking and I'm like, okay, don't go in their house. But they made friends. She made friends with her right away. And they like, it was almost embarrassing. Like when we went down to the beach and they went down to the beach, like our kids were not like with us. And I was like, no, you guys need to come back over here. Because I didn't want the parents feeling like they had to watch our kids, you know?
Yeah.
But our kids would not come. And I'm like, here, I'm going to build a beach, you know, or a sandcastle with you. And I'm sitting in the sand.
You're begging for your kids to play with
you. Nope. They wanted nothing to do with us.
Well, they had other kids.
I
That's
know.
so much more fun for them.
Yeah. And it was really just like
sat next to the other family.
I know. I don't know that they really wanted that, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, then they need to watch your kid.
Yeah.
Too bad.
And really, it was the 8-year-old girl. She was just super sweet with Gigi, and they were like little best buds.
That's cute.
The whole weekend.
That's really cute. Are they local, like from California?
I didn't even ask. Gigi was trying to tell me. She's like, oh, they're from so-and-so, and they have an aunt that lives in San Diego. Like,
oh,
yeah, she's 3.5, and she knew the story. But I just felt like, and you know, honestly, with this whole COVID and everything, like I try to give people like distance. Like I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Right. Like,
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know how people feel. I'm just trying to be respectful, but
right. Well, I mean, I feel like if they're at the beach and they have no mask on, it's okay, right? No, is that not a good gauge?
Then like the last day, I'm like, we're trying to clean and pack the car and everything, and I had told Gigi, go ahead and give them all. Look, we had ice cream. I had done an Instacart, and so we had some ice cream still left over, like little ice cream sandwiches. That I had ordered for the kids, like for at night. And so I said, why don't you go give them to Emmy, the little girl? I said, and she can have them with her siblings because we're going to have to throw them away. And she goes, okay. So she went over there. And so anyway, I'm cleaning and stuff. And I tell Tristan, my oldest, hey, keep an ear out for your sisters. And I'm cleaning up the house. And I'm like, where's Tristan? Where's Gigi? Where's Danny? They're all in their house. All of them. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are so embarrassing. I'm like, why don't you guys come help me in the car? And I'm like, Tristan, I didn't mean go in their house. I just meant listen.
She's like, I thought I was watching them. That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. But so Tristan liked them as well, the kids, or was she just like
that was like the first time she really was around. She pretty much, I mean, if anything, like Tristan is like gets super embarrassed by the fact that her sisters are, you know, in someone else's like face. Yeah. So she's like, you guys get over here, and I'm just like, let it, you know, it's okay, like don't trip out. Yeah, it's all right. You know, just kind of call them nicely because they won't come if you're like, get over here.
Right, yeah.
And it's not like they did anything wrong. It was just, we were just trying to give the other family some space.
Yeah.
And not put my 2-year-old and 3-year-old with their like 8 and 10-year-old. Like they have to watch my kids.
Oh, but they probably enjoyed having other kids too. You know, like their kids
I
probably
think the little
enjoyed
girl,
it.
Yeah.
Was the other one a boy, the older one?
It was 2 girls and then a boy. The oldest was a boy.
So
I didn't really see a whole lot of him and the mom. It was really the dad and the 2 girls out on the beach a lot.
Oh, he's probably so used to, he was probably totally fine with your girls then.
Yeah. He's like, well, and the mom was like, oh, they're fine. They're cute. You know, don't even worry about it.
That's nice. Oh. So cute.
Yeah.
Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah.
I love it.
We had a good vacation. It was great.
Yes.
Small little, well, I mean, it was a good size. It was a 2-bedroom. But it was, I mean, the girls sleep in their cots usually when we travel. And I gave Tristan the 2nd bedroom, and I had them sleep with us in our room in their cots. And then like one night they fell asleep on their cots watching TV in the living room. And
Oh yeah, that's probably fun.
But it was cute.
For them. Yeah, very nice. Well, I was just, here in town in the heat. Surviving COVID.
And the
surviving the heat. My AC broke, so that was awesome.
That's like the worst thing. You know what's so weird about that too? When we were down there, we met up with Tony's cousin.
Oh,
for dinner. He met us for dinner, and him and his fiance were supposed to both meet us for the day out on the beach. Well, their AC went out.
Oh, wow.
I know. I was like, that's weird. Our friends are back home and their AC just went out too.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
But yuck to have your AC go out in the middle of July in Fresno.
Know, but the craziest thing, and I shouldn't have even thought it, but I was thinking in my head, and I was going to tell Jason, it's so crazy, like the night before, because I had gone to take the dogs out, and so it's kind of breezy in the backyard along that fence. I think just because it's in between two houses. Mm-hmm. And so I was going to tell him, like, it's so crazy how decent it is. Like, for late July, it was decent. Like, I honestly think we could have had our windows open that night. And I was just like, I didn't say anything, right? And then the next night, our AC just went out. And I'm like, see, I shouldn't even be thinking these positive things about how not disgusting the nights have been. I mean, because normally at night, it doesn't cool down still. But it was in the 70s at night. Like, that's good for here.
That is good for here.
So, I mean, it was impressive. But, I mean, once our house was so hot, cooling it down at night wasn't an option. Like if we had our AC all day and then open the windows at night, that's one thing.
Well,
but not once.
That's one thing that I always tell people, like, that are coming from like different parts of the state. When they come and stay here, it's like, we don't get a breeze at night.
Right.
Like,
yeah, because your in-laws. Yeah. Yeah. Like where Tony's from, it cools down at night.
Yeah.
Like there is that breeze.
They get a breeze that comes in. It's not like that. It's just stale heat.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Night.
I know. It is AC 24/7.
You could have just came here and vacationed at our pad while we were gone.
I know. I just felt bad for the dogs, and
they would have been fine. They could have came.
I know, but then they probably would have gone to the bathroom in your house, and I would have flipped out, and I would have been so stressed. They're not good like your dogs, so they go to another place, they're probably going to go to the bathroom. I mean, I take them to go be boarded, and like truly pees in the waiting room every time they come out to like get
Are you serious?
Yeah, she's like so excited and pees all over.
Aww.
Or like when we pick them up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to apologize every time. They're like, it happens all the time. And I'm like, but my dog does it every time. It's horrible. So yeah.
She's just excited.
I know, but goodness, girl, you've never even had any babies. Can't you hold that bladder? Sheesh. So yeah. I know. We survived. It was okay.
Well, I want to talk today about, how can I put it?
Warn our children.
Okay.
If you are our children, this does involve relations between your parents.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
So there's your warning, kids. If you keep listening, it's your own fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. So, well, we'll talk about the sick part of it too, because you were sick.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. But it's like, I love my husband. And I was cracking up because our girlfriend tells me, girl, you should just be so happy.
Yeah.
Your man's all over you. I'm like, no. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't want my husband to be interested in me. Of course I do.
Right.
But why is he asking me to have sex with him while we're on vacation with our kids?
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Mm-mm. No.
You're going to have to just wait.
They don't care. They really don't.
No.
And what I would say, like, if she had said that to me is, and I always tell Jason, like, no, because I think you would have sex with anyone. Like, I don't think that it's because you think I'm hot. I think it's because I have a vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because you want sex, not because it's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, people are like, oh, well, that's good. You know, no, because, I mean, it's just because I'm his wife.
Right.
It's not because it's me.
Right.
It's because I have a vagina and we're married.
Yeah.
That's all.
I just don't, it drives me crazy when I think, like, why do you think that right now we should have sex?
Yeah. Why is it an ideal time when our kids are
awake?
Yeah.
Our kids are right in the next room, and I know it's like, okay, we go on vacation. And I'm like, Tony, we are on a family vacation.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, yeah, and we are a family. And I am married to you, and you're my wife, and I'm your husband. And we're a family. I'm like, well, we're not making more family, okay? We've already fixed that issue. We're done.
You're all, what are you alluding to? Because that's not the situation.
That's not it. And our teenage daughter is still awake.
Yeah.
I don't care if she's in the room. She's still awake. And our kids are asleep in the living room, but we're in a like a rental strange house. Like, I'm not going to close my door.
And who knows if they're going to wake up, because they might, you know, when you're in a different place, you don't necessarily sleep the same.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I mean, and even at your house, they do wake up at night.
And they come in our bed. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. And he literally got mad.
Yeah.
And I don't understand when they throw these tantrums like this, because this is the first time, obviously, he's done it, where it's like, it's almost like a toddler tantrum to me. Like, what is it? And I'm like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you think that
and
this
also,
isn't? Do you think that I feel sexy right now?
Yeah.
With all my kids all over, like, this whole fucking house right now?
Yeah. And then your behavior, just so you know, makes me extra happy that we're not doing it, because you're annoying.
Yeah.
Like, no. What are you doing?
And I just don't get the need all the time. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a big sexual person. I mean, obviously we've talked about things, and not to say that all of those things that have happened in our past are, I don't know, maybe it is in my head, and maybe that's why I'm not a sexual person. Or maybe I'm just not a sexual person like that. I mean, it's not like I don't want to have sex. It's not that. It's not that. I mean, I feel like, obviously I want to have sex. Obviously I want to be with my husband, but not all the time.
Yeah. And
I'm not feeling sexy. Maybe that's it too.
Well, maybe that's it. Yeah. But I do think also, especially, I mean, okay, if it were just you guys and Tristan, you might feel a little less uncomfortable about it. Like, okay, she's awake, but she's in her room and she's not going to come in here. You know, she's 16. She's not going to come in here. Maybe you'd feel a little less uneasy about it. But I think it is, and guys don't understand it, because I think as a woman, you think the kids could come in at any point. That, like,
your mind doesn't stop.
Yeah. Like, are they going to hear something?
Right.
You know, things like that. And so you're constantly focused on that, which makes it completely unenjoyable.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, okay, then fine. If you talk me into it, if you make me feel like, gosh, I'm just a horrible wife, so fine, I guess, whatever. Now I'm wanting to say, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So, okay, me saying that, is that going to work for you?
Yeah.
Because that's what's happening in my head. So it's not working for me either. So why don't you just back off? But no, they don't want to back off.
No.
And it's because I think because they compartmentalize and we don't.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a big difference, that part is in a completely separate box than the parenting part.
Yeah.
And so it's so different for them. I think they can completely shut that parenting part off and be go mode. Whereas we're like, well, fine, go be go mode, and you better hurry up because I'm still parenting.
Yeah.
Like, our kids might be asleep, but I'm still parenting because they might come in.
Yeah.
You know, and oh goodness, you don't want that happening.
Oh my gosh.
No. Could you imagine? I mean, Georgia just told me today that could she give me a kiss on my cheek because she didn't want to marry me. So could you imagine if she walked in on that?
No. No. And
How
those are like
would you
huge
explain that?
fears. And I think you're right though. That's like so perfect the way you said it. They can compartmentalize and we can't. I feel like I don't know how they can just shut everything off.
Yeah.
But I feel like he can just shut it all out.
Yeah.
And just be ready to just, nope, let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all this other shit is happening around us.
Yeah.
Like, no, we can't just do that. So I want to take a quick break and then I want to come back because this is like, seriously, I'm like, I don't understand why this becomes an argument. And sometimes it does become an argument because it's like, you don't let it go.
Yes.
And I'm like, let the shit go.
Yes.
It's not like I'm not going to ever have sex with you.
Right.
It's
You're
just
going to
not
have to
be
get
right
over
now.
it for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey guys, we're back.
Yes. Excited to dive back in. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think it's a real topic. It's like, I know I'm not the only one.
Well, no, because I have the same issues.
Yeah.
So, and no way it's just the two of us.
There's no way, right? Our husbands aren't just like, we're not like some foreign, like alien.
Yeah.
In this world.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it really annoyed me.
Yeah.
This weekend a lot.
Right.
And I think that happens. I think that really happens where it's hard not to be annoyed with your spouse because it was really like he threw a fit. And I'm like, no, like we're here on vacation with our kids.
Yeah.
Like it's not our time vacation.
Right.
Like we've done getaways.
Yeah.
Where it's just been him and I.
Right.
And we can have that, you know.
Yeah.
There's no kids that are going to come in and interrupt.
Right.
There's no whatever.
Yeah.
It's just us. I'm not thinking, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Da, 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 da. And it is very hard, I would think for a lot of women. I can't imagine, again, that I'm the only one.
Right.
But I think our minds just don't turn the fuck off.
Right. No, you're right.
Like, we carry everything. Like, I was just telling you, even watching a TV show.
Oh,
it's like, I'm all into the show, but the show is, like, all intense, and it's crazy, and it's like he wants to come over, and I'm like, don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm not in that mindset right now.
See, and I think that's another thing too, is that it's very easy for them to, like, if you were to be like, hey, Tony, like, let's go to the room, he'd be like, okay. Right?
Yeah.
Like, no questions asked. But for us, I think there is it's not just a switch.
No.
For us. And for them, I think it is.
No. And sometimes too, I just feel like I tried to tell him, I don't know, maybe it was last week or something. I was like, I don't feel sexy.
Yeah.
And it is hard when you don't, and we've kind of talked about this a lot with, we want to kind of go into like body image and things like that with, about ourselves. But it's like, I don't feel sexy. It's hard for me to want to have sex.
Yeah.
I don't feel sexy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to just have sex because we're supposed to just have sex.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I need to be all hot and heavy and whatever, but it's like, I don't feel good about maybe the way I feel.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm bloated. Maybe I just, am feeling like I need to get off the scale a little bit, bring that number down a little before I feel that way. Maybe I just don't want you to like touch a roll. I don't know. It's like, there's just things that I'm like, my mind does not stop.
Yeah.
And theirs can turn it off.
Yes.
And I think that, we try to laugh about it because I'm like, it can only be funny. Like, what are we going to do? Like,
cry about it?
Cry?
Yeah,
like,
no, that.
But there have been times where he's like turned around, like he's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, we can, like, can you just hold, like, just, you hold my hand or hold me for a little bit or something like, but you don't have to, like, get it all up on my leg and my butt and then you get all, like something's going to happen because nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it happens to, I think, like, there's been so many times where I've been, like, sick.
Yeah.
And it's like, for the most part, he's usually pretty good, but there are times where I'm like, I'm sick. You're gross that you want to have sex with me, and I'm sick.
Jason is the worst about that. Like, he is the worst about it. I'm not joking. Like, when I had COVID, I think because he was gone when I like first tested positive, and then like by the next day I wasn't feeling good, and he came home that day and I was already like, I was not feeling good. So I think like I think he was like, oh, you don't look good.
Yeah.
So like, I think he knew better. Right.
Yeah,
and then he got sick. And so it was like just both of us being sick, I think, because he wasn't necessarily like in the mood either because he didn't feel good. So I was fine. Right. I've literally had intestine infection causing me to vomit anytime I basically move. And he has still had sex with me. And I'm like, you're a horrible person. Like, I've told him, like, you are a horrible person. That is very selfish of you.
And they're like, what? Like, it's like, what? What do you, what? Like, that's what we're supposed to, it's like, it's like it's in their DNA that, no, this is what we're supposed to do. And it's like, okay, but mentally or physically, I'm not there.
Yes.
We can't do that. And sometimes, I mean, I don't know. I think that there's no number on a healthy sexual relationship. Like, you can't throw a number. Because I think it's
always going to vary.
It is. It depends on your situation, your living arrangements, your kids. Some people live with roommates. Even when they're married, they live with whatever. I mean, there's just so many different variables. your health,
your stress levels,
your stress, your jobs.
Yeah.
Sometimes people work nights and days and off and off. I mean, and then it's like you throw in you throw in a period and you throw in an illness or something, and it's like, or a travel time, and then it's like, okay, well, we just went 3 weeks without doing anything. Yeah. You know? But I'm still connected to you. Yeah. It's not like I feel like,
I know. Sometimes Jason says, like, you just don't love me. And I'm like, you're just stupid. Yeah. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Really can be just stupid with it. It's just dumb. Yeah. It's like a baby.
I'm like, first of all, one, you know I don't have a high drive. Okay? Two, I do take medications that are very likely an issue with that, you know. When we first started dating, I wasn't taking medications like that, and it wasn't an issue. We also didn't have kids in our house all the time.
I was just going to say, when you're first dating,
I was also different. Like, our life situation was completely different at that point. You know, my stress level was completely lower at that point. It's like,
you're not worried about your AC going out, and you got to fix that, and your kids and everyone's sweating their ass off. And you got dogs barking, COVID, and you got, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
no, things are so different. But I'm like, you are ridiculous. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, if he told me that he didn't want to have sex, I'm a horrible wife. I would probably be like, oh, yes. Like, it would be like, score. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. It really wouldn't. I wouldn't take offense to it. But I would think he was being very generous with me.
And I think that, you know, it's like, it's not to say all women, because I think some women are very sexually driven. Yeah. And that's great. I mean, if that's your drive, that's your drive. I just know, for me, I feel like my hardest thing is that I have to be like, I can't turn my brain off. Yeah. And if I can't turn my brain off, then I can't let everything go and just be in the moment. Right. You know? Yeah. And so it's hard for me to get to that place. Mm-hmm. And so if you're telling me, no, the kids are just watching cartoons, they're fine, I'm going to tell you,
idiot, they're going to be done watching cartoons in 10 minutes.
I can't even pee and wipe my butt without them coming in. Yeah. You think that we're going to do all that?
And as soon as you close the door, when your kids are that age, as soon as you close the door, they are, Mom, what are you doing? Yeah. Mom, can you unlock the door? And it's like, okay. Yeah, and that's now what? Real sexy and now what? Time. Yeah. Now I just want to say, forget you, leave me alone. Yeah. Don't talk to me. Yeah. I'm done.
I think that it's probably really difficult with people who have small children.
I think it is the hardest then. For sure.
I mean, you're kind of at the end of that. Yeah. Your boys are older now. So,
and I'm a horrible mom. So I tell my boys things like, if my door is locked, why are you knocking? Yeah. My door is never locked. You know what's happening if my door is locked. That's your own fault. Or Hayden might say something about like, our walls are pretty thin. And I say, you should have gone to bed earlier.
And see, and I think
I'm a mean mom. I know. I am. Okay, but it's like my kids are older and I've gotten to the point where I'm like, whatever.
Okay, tell me this though. Maybe not now necessarily because they're older, but I have a hard time if the kids are awake, including my teenager. Yeah. Like if the kids are awake, it's not happening. But then I have a small window because they all have to get to bed. But I can't fall asleep. Yeah. Because I'm so fucking tired. I may fall asleep on the couch. And so it's like, well, now you have a 20-minute window to at least get us into the bedroom. You know? Yeah. Otherwise, you may have passed your window. And that's where he's like, I know he gets frustrated. He's like, what the hell? Like, everything has to be perfect. But for my mind, I just can't. It's hard when the kids are not asleep yet for me to want to do something like that. And I'm not oh, let's do a quickie in the shower.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I don't want to slip and fall and bust my fucking eye out trying to have sex. Okay. There's too many things I got to hold on to. I got to be on my tippy toes.
Yeah.
There's just too much.
Yeah.
I don't want all that.
I know. I mean, we haven't watched that show, The Sex Life, or Sex Life, whatever it's called, Sex Life, or...
Is that the Netflix one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't watched that.
I haven't
but
watched
I'm
it
assuming you and I are significantly different than the chick in that.
Oh, does she like to...
I don't know. I'm just assuming, like, the main character of it must... It's called Sex Life, right? Like she must have lots of sex, or...
Maybe we do need to watch it, and maybe...
I think it might just make me feel bad about myself.
Probably.
I will feel like an even worse wife.
I know. And I just feel like, I mean, it's not like I'm saying, like I said, it's not like I'm saying I don't want to have sex. I'm saying, oh, well, we'll have sex every 6 months. I'm not saying that. Because I think you have to connect with your spouse.
You do. It is very important.
And
it really is. Like, Jason and I did have a period of time where we weren't having sex. There was a disconnect, and it wasn't good. It was not good for our marriage at all.
You have to be cautious. You
have to be very careful, especially, and that's why I say I think when you have little kids, it's the hardest, and that's when you have to be most aware of that, I think. I mean, I'm sure at any point, but when they're little like that, because my boys are much older. Like, I know you said you can't shut it off, but I told you I'm a mean mom, so my kids...
But your kids are older, and they know.
Well, they know. Kristen knows, too, and you can't shut it off.
Yeah, I do have a hard time with that still.
And
I think maybe because I feel like... I don't know. I just haven't gotten... she's a almost 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Obviously, she knows her parents have sex.
Yeah.
But it's not something I've been like as open, I guess, with. But that's why I love that you talk to your boys like that, because
but I don't know that it's a good thing.
Yeah, but it's like,
I think they might be like if my mom said the stuff that I say to my kids, I might be like, ew, like why would you say that? But I also wouldn't have ever told my mom, like, yeah, our walls are pretty thin.
Yeah.
Because I might expect
your boys are sharp.
I might expect her to respond the way I do.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're going to say that to me, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And you really should have gone to bed earlier because you had school the next day.
Is that my fault? How about this? How about when you first have kids and they have to wait 6 weeks? Before,
they have to wait 6 weeks?
Well, they're supposed to wait 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Before you go to the doctor.
Again, my husband's not a nice person to me sometimes.
Okay, go over there. We're talking. Sorry, this is Ash and P time right now.
You'll have to tell Mom later.
Oh my gosh.
She won't.
Because they interrupt.
Yeah, it's only been 15 minutes. Tony would have been SOL. I mean, he would have been done for.
Yes, and I mean,
and that's with another parent out there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so as we're on this vacation, and I'm like, we're on a family vacation, and he's like, I don't know, acting like we're family planning.
Yeah. He's like, but aren't you trying to get pregnant?
Yeah.
No.
It's like, he goes, well, if we had a smaller house, like if this was our house, like what would you do? And I'm like, we probably would never have sex. I don't know because of just like, I don't know how I would be able to turn it off. I mean, I guess you adjust whatever, but it's like, I just feel like, I don't know. I
mean, the girls are little enough to where, they're not necessarily going to know what's happening. They're just going to interrupt you. Like, I know that when the boys were younger than they are now, of course, I would be so paranoid because I take a shower every night before bed. Mm-hmm. So I take a shower and then I'm also taking a shower again. Like, they're going to know something's up. right? Like I would think stuff like that. Like, no, I just took a shower and then I'm going to take a shower again. The boys are going to be like, Mom, you were just in the shower. What? Like, no, I'm not going to do. So it's like when they're like, obviously at my boy's age now, I do still think about that sometimes when I'm getting in the shower again.
Yeah.
But I used to think about that kind of thing a lot when they were younger, or when, well, why was the door closed? Well, what am I going to tell them when they say, why was the door closed?
Right.
Oh, me and your dad were talking. Okay. Who even believes that story?
Right.
Come on. You know, so it's like, yeah, in a smaller house, you would have to have, I don't know what would happen with you, because your kids are at the age where they're coming into your bed and they're waking up when you wake. It's not like you guys can go somewhere in the middle of the night because they're going to wake up.
Right.
You know, like if you went to another room in the middle of the night, they'd wake up. Yeah.
Right.
None of that.
And when we're home and I'm not sick, right? I mean, for the most part, it's like if we're home, but and then I'm like, do I sound like the most boring housewife ever? That it's like, well, we have to be home, we have to be in our room, we have to have the door locked. But it's like,
do you ever hear my husband talk? Oh, Ashley makes me sign a contract every time. But that's because, okay, so, you know, you mentioned like, oh, like maybe like you don't have the drive that other people have, blah, blah, blah. I think I have a very, very low drive. And so sometimes I'll be like, okay, fine. Like, yeah, we can have sex. Like, I don't want to, but fine, we can. So I don't want to. So I have a lot of stipulations. Nope, this isn't happening, this isn't happening, this isn't happening, and this isn't happening. And you need to make it fast. Because I'm not interested. So I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. You need to make, and so he says that all the, like, if you listen to him, like, you'll catch it now. Now that I've told you that, you'll notice if you've never noticed before. He'll say, Ashley makes me sign a contract. And it's because I will tell him this, but it's when I don't want to have sex.
Right.
When I don't want to have sex and I'm giving in because I feel like an a-hole wife because it's been a while and I know that, yes, we should be having sex, but I don't want to. I am going to tell you all these things that I don't want to happen because I already don't want to do it. So if we're doing it and you do something that I don't like,
and I'm just feel like,
I'm also not big on kissing.
Really?
I'm not big on kissing. I don't know why. And so
well,
if
you're
I
like
really,
a little bit of a dude sometimes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And so if I'm like not interested, I'll be like, we're not. Or like I get canker sores a lot. I'm like, I have a canker sore. Do not kiss me.
I just feel like, I'm like, why do you want to have sex? And I just told you, like, hurry up. Or not when I tell you hurry up, but I tell you it's going to have to be fast.
Yeah. No, they don't care.
Why would you want to still have it?
Okay, and then why aren't they fast when you tell them it needs to be fast?
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Like, if you don't tell them it needs to be fast,
then it's fast.
It can be fast.
Yeah.
But you tell them it needs to be fast.
And it keeps going.
Yeah,
and
I'm
like, oh my gosh.
What do I need to do? You need to give me a hint. What do I need to do? Listeners, what do I need to do?
And you better hope it's not something that makes me totally...
I don't want to do something like, I don't want it to be that. I'm just saying, like, is there a secret of something that I could do that is not?
I don't know. We were talking earlier about sex in the shower.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is that a thing? Why is that a thing?
But again, this is when you said I must be the most boring wife. That's the way I feel too.
First of all, I don't even like
getting the bed.
I don't even like getting my hair wet. Okay.
Yeah.
I only have certain hair wash days.
Why,
I'm not trying to get you all wet all over my hair. No, it's not happening. It's not a hair wash day. Don't ask me. And when it is a hair wash day, I'm usually going to be scrubbing the shower with bleach.
Right.
So that's really not a time for us to do anything.
No, I don't need anything getting in there like that. No.
But it's like, to me, I'm like, there's no, like, our sizing, like, our anatomy. I don't understand. I'm like, how is this sexy for people? I don't understand. I'm on my tippy toes.
Either.
I feel like I'm going to slip. I don't like, water's in my eyes. I
And
just am like,
Jason and I think we are honestly 2 inches height difference. He's 2 inches taller than me. And even that, it doesn't work.
and I don't know about people having sex.
And I don't have a big shower. You've seen my shower. It's small. Could you imagine that? Yeah. And I'm significantly heavier than my husband. So, I mean, sometimes he can pick me up, but I'm like, you're going
Doesn't it make you nervous?
Oh, in the shower, do not pick me up because
I'm
I do
like,
not
you're
trust
gonna fucking drop me and then
Well, not even just drop me. You're going to slip and fall, and now I'm in trouble. No, do not.
I'm always thinking, like, what in the
I would
world?
never worry about him dropping me if I weren't so heavy, I don't think. I'd worry about him slipping, though.
I don't know. There has been times where I'm like, if
Well,
you
I mean,
lift
I
my
guess in the
leg
water-
any higher, I'm going to fucking go flying backwards and I'm going to fucking crack my head in the tile
Yeah.
while you're trying to. No.
And it was already embarrassing to tell them that I cracked my head doing high kicks.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? I was having sex in the shower.
Oh, I was having sex in the shower and I slipped and cracked my head. No thanks.
Yeah. I know. And it's just.
I don't know.
But
But people do it and they like it.
I know.
I'm just not.
I'm not. No. See, and that's the thing. I'm like a guy a lot, like in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, but
well, why am I not a guy like that?
Well, I don't know. You know why? Because I think we want to be fucking comfortable. We don't want to be.
That's true.
Like all uncomfortable and in these weird ass fucking. No, thank you. No, I'm not trying to do anything dangerous.
Yeah.
Just to have sex.
Yeah.
I want to be on my pillow.
Right. I'm already worried the kids are going to know, and now I'm worried I'm going to crack my head open.
Yeah.
Or that you're going to wet my hair. Or, I mean...
I don't care.
Gracious.
I'll even do it like, okay, that's fine. Let's do it on the floor. Let's do it on the bed. I don't care where. But not in the shower. Not in, like, tight spaces.
No.
I don't like that kind of thing.
No. What kind of tight spaces?
Just like a car. I don't want to try to have sex in the car.
Well,
you
that's
know
because
what?
we're older now. Like when I was younger, that was
I
fine.
probably get a cramp trying to put my knee up to my eye. I just don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't sound
Well, that's
sexy.
like an older person to say, I'm going to get a cramp doing that. When we were younger,
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have a house when I was younger, so.
Would you have a car?
Yeah, I did.
That's what you did? You had sex in the car?
I would.
The secrets come out.
We didn't, I mean, not me and Jason. Well, no.
Yeah.
Shit.
Everyone.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
All right, Miss Daisy.
That's an old lady, isn't it?
No, it's true though. And honestly, I mean, I love my husband. It's like I said, I would be sad if my husband never wanted to have sex with me.
But maybe less often.
But it's just sometimes it's like the brain anatomy. It's
different.
just so different.
It is.
And I am probably because I'm very type A, that it's like I'm thinking, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. I have all these checklists before we can get there. That's not a priority for me, although I know it's important.
I know.
But it's
you
not a priority
know what's
for
really
me.
bad about me?
But I love kissing my husband. I love kissing him. I want to tell him all the time, like, I love you. I appreciate you.
No, I do. I love you. But, I appreciate you. I like that stuff. That's fine.
But I don't need you to like go and like grab a butt or a boob or anything.
No.
You know.
No.
I just
that is not exciting to me, by the way.
No.
Like when we're in the kitchen and you walk by and grab my butt, I know it's what you do, but you aren't expecting it to excite me, right?
Right.
Like that's not why you're doing that, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know.
It's just also, you know, I'm just going to say this last thing too. It's like the morning sex And then I feel like I gotta breathe on the other side of the bed because I don't want you to smell my breath.
See, morning is probably ideal
But-
for me because I'm for sure not kissing you then.
Oh, yeah. That's
So
true.
that's-
Well, my kids
that's
are
pretty
usually in
ideal.
bed, so that's not usually happening anyway. But, like, I mean, I really think that if I, like, just said in the middle of the day, like, let's just go for it, he'd be so happy.
Oh, he would, for sure.
And I'm like...
Without a doubt. You could be sick.
And there are times where I'm like, I'm sweeping the freaking floor. You want me to stop so we can go to the bedroom right now?
Of course
Like-
he does. What kind of question is that?
That is so... I'm like, no. I am cleaning.
Yeah.
My hair is in a bun. I don't know
he
what.
does not care.
No.
Mm-mm. No. Priscilla, you could be big as me, bigger than me.
You're so stupid.
With your hair in a bun, never wearing makeup, in the kind of clothes I wear, and your husband would still be all over you. It would happen. Sorry. That has nothing to do with it.
They're little horn dogs.
They are.
Even in their older ages.
I know. You know when they're like, oh, women, they peak and men.
When are we supposed to
I
peak?
think in our 40s.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm going to be like...
You know why? You probably know why we peak in our 40s. It's probably our late 40s. Because our kids are probably all freaking gone by then.
Yeah.
Or at least old enough to take care of themselves and wipe their own butts.
Yeah.
That's probably why we peak.
Maybe. But I don't know. I mean, that's fine, whatever. But I don't think I'm ever going to get... You know how, like, they say men... I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, who knows? You might end up as the Energizer Bunny in a few years. Maybe you get your...
I hope it happens someday
Subscribe.
so my husband doesn't think I hate him forever.
You love your husband.
I do.
I love my
love
husband.
him so much.
I know. Oh my goodness.
He just doesn't get it the same way. You know, it's not the same.
I know.
We're different.
I think we'll always be.
Yes.
Anyway, that's our rant for today.
Woo!
It's just... It's hard to be married.
Yeah.
When your husbands want to have sex and you are not in the mood.
You're not ready, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
Anyway, glad to be back.
Yes.
Glad we're in person again.
Me too.
And we'll be back next week.
Yes.
Thanks for swapping with us. Segment music by Callie Grace. For more of Callie Grace's hits, follow Callie Grace on iTunes and Spotify today.